Here's Leader Class Sentinel Prime, who has a pretty cool weapon, but, give me that, you rascal. So, his sword weapon dealie, I don't know what you call this, it's like a double-edged sword, I guess, a double-bladed sword. It's pretty cool, and it's hinged right here, because it needs to fold to clip underneath him when he's in truck mode. The only problem with it, however, is, I have to refocus, is that it's just a, it holds itself relatively straight. However, it easily snaps off, because it is just pegged on. And, of course, we find those annoying, don't we? Yes, we do. Especially, it's kind of tight right there when you close it, which is a good thing because it's meant to hold it straight like that. But all it takes is a little click and it'll undo itself. So in order to make sure that we don't unpop it all the time, we're going to put a pin inside of it. Now this is my tutorial on how to pin something. So, first you got to get something that's the easiest thing to do. Say that is for a small pin is to take a needle. Now this one is big for not only visibility reasons, but also this is a very thick hole. Now if it was a thinner hole, like most of the Transformer stuff, then using a regular pin is fine. This one's one of the sewing needles. See, you got the eye there. So it's pretty thick. This one's a pretty thick sewing needle. And I'm going to use it to sew, use the dremel to push it right through the middle so it comes out the other end, and I'm going to trim off both sides so that the pin itself will be inside right there, and I'm going to cut it off at the top and cut it off at the bottom. Get that? So then, and it's going to exist, now be all tight and see. So it's going to basically just drill through the bump that we've got there and come out to the other bump. That's all it's really doing, is drilling through this. I'm going to leave it like this when I put it on there, so you can see how it's guided for ones that don't have a bump. And so you can also, if you have a drill that has a tiny enough bit, you can do that as well, and then put in a paper clip or put in the straight pin or whatnot if you want. I'm doing it this way because it's one of the easiest things to do, is to use the pin itself, because it has a point on it, to push its way into the plastic for you. So, using my good old Craftsman rotary tool, also known as a dremel, I'm going to push it right in there, so that it's just going through that bump, like I said. Let's see how it works. Look at that. Once you get it through a little bit, and it just melts right through. So now, we've got it exactly the right size that this is. Alright, so we've dremeled through it, and we're going to, see I took it apart again here, so you can see we got the hole going through the bumps. And of course this hole lines up with those, because we drilled right through it. So, we're going to, and this goes through, and it gets pretty tight right about there. And you know what? That's perfect, because, well, actually, it's going to be slightly longer, so we're going to have to still have a little bit to trim off. So, I'm going to actually do that first. Sorry, put that over here. And trim off just here. Let's pull it out. So I'm going to trim off the tip. We don't need that tip in here anymore because we've already drilled through. Oh, come on. There we go. It's a nice sturdy needle. So, put it back in, and we're going to cut it off from the other side, depending how far it goes. Alright, so it's going to go in like that. So we're going to cut this side off right about there. Alright, so here's a close-up of the finished product. You can barely even see the pin on that side, and here's the end of the pin on this side. I sawed it off with the Dremel wheel, cut-off wheel, that is. That's what it's called. And so I left it stuck out just a little bit, used the cut-off wheel to cut it off, and then I just pushed it in with my tip of my pliers. And now it holds nice and steady. It won't be breaking off anytime soon, and it actually holds nice and stiff. Before it was floppy, like when it attaches to the underside of Sentinel. In truck mode, it clips in there. This would kind of flop around. Now it's actually nice and stiff. It holds in whatever position you put it in. So now he's ready to do his cool ninja sword moves. Take on Darth Maul, things like that. So that's general. That's an easy way to general procedure on how to pin something. Put a pin in something that wasn't there already. You can use a needle, paper clip, that kind of thing. But a needle is handy because it's already got the tip. You can just dremel it right in and cut off the ends. You're good to go. There you are. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Hope it's helpful. But be careful. Remember, be safe. Pins and dremels are / can be dangerous. Slightly less dangerous than this plastic sword.